Nobody's ever seen a pro day like you're about to see. There's all sorts of highlights you can find on IG and TikTok and YouTube, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna go behind the scenes. Everything that went into it and everything that goes on this day that's really celebrated for these players, but to be honest, there's a lot more to it than appears.
Welcome to the next level.
Why me? Why am I going to take you through this?
He is one of the top quarterback consultants in the sport of football.
Jordan Palmer, man, he's doing some important things right now, though.
He's worked with Joe Burrow and Josh Allen.
He refuses to be called the QB guru, Jordan Palmer.
Big round of applause. This is my 30-something pro day. The first guy I ever worked with on a pro day. At the time, I was a Chicago Bear, and Blake Bortles was the 3rd pick in the draft. And I've been doing these every year since. Ole Miss was last night, Ohio State was yesterday, so I think it's just pushed back from a travel perspective so everyone could get here. But it's interesting. I haven't, normally it's 7:30 or 8 a.m. check-in, so. And we're done and have a 4 o'clock flight. Today I don't think we're gonna gather till 2:30, so kind of fun, a little different.
He has his last couple workouts in Dana Point. Do you schedule those at like the same time that he'd be throwing?
No, because we threw at that time. I just now saw this what time, and so whether he's throwing at 1 or he's throwing at 8 or throwing at 10:30, it doesn't make a lot of difference. But
1,000 feet, turn right onto Corey Boulevard.
Before the Senior Bowl and before the Combine, we did start adjusting his clock, and I had him get up at 6, and then 5:30, and then 5, and then 4:30, and then the day before he left for the Combine and the Senior Bowl, I had him get up at 4.
Turn right onto Corey Boulevard.
Because we're on West Coast time, and the first thing when he gets to Indy and the first thing when he gets to Mobile, Alabama is not something that starts in the afternoon. It's something that starts early in the morning on Eastern time. This is super cool being back here. The last time I was here I was a Bengal. It was 2010. We had the NFL lockout, and we had a new offensive coordinator. My brother was demanding a trade, so he wasn't around, and I was the only quarterback on the roster. And so we had drafted Andy Dalton that year. But basically it organized some off-season things to kind of install the offense. So we organized like team training here. We had the defense and the offense. So the last time I was here, we were using this practice facility because it was a lockout and we couldn't use any NFL facilities. And really the year before, I spent a lot of time here because the late Chris Henry, teammate, and had passed away. The year before he passed away, he was suspended for the entire season. And so a couple days a week, I would get done with practice, not even change my clothes, and I would get driven over here and we would throw on the practice field here. It's a bubble now, but so I'd come over all the time and work out with Slim, and so this is cool. It was meaningful when I was here before, and then now back for Dez's Pro Day. It's like super cool. This place is awesome. What are we doing?
What's up, bud? About to go get our
Nice to meet you, man. Gary Jordan, man.
Nice to meet you,
man.
Bruno.
Nice to meet you. Let me tell you a little bit about Desmond Ridder. Now, him and 3 other guys lived in a house together every day, but I was in that house every single day. I've been with him every day for a couple of months now. I've said it from day one. This kid is an adult. This is like a 35-year-old, 21-year-old. And he showed it in every phase of his life, the way he takes care of his family, the way he shows up in the classroom, the leader that you hear his teammates say that he is. It's one thing to buy into a process. I think most guys do. It's another thing to believe in habits and developing great behaviors when you look at it through the lens of a pro. And a pro doesn't necessarily mean that you've played X amount of years. It doesn't mean that you've had X amount of productivity. I know guys who never really played a snap and are considered a pro, and I know guys who've started a long time who don't act like pros. And Desmond is a college kid, an amateur athlete who from day one, and especially these last 3 months, has conducted himself like a true pro.
There's not a lot of like elite traits with any of these quarterbacks going down the list. There is some issues here.
Is Desmond Ridder the most pro NFL ready quarterback in this class? Well, not sure.
Do you think there's any way he can sort of do his thing out there today, work his way into that first round if he has a good showing?
No question.
I think the pro day is such a big deal because it's the next thing. It is an opportunity with a lot of eyeballs on you and a lot of judgment. And particularly this pro day, there's a lot of teams coming. A lot of GMs, a lot of coaches. I saw some owners on that list. There's a lot of people coming to this, and that's not normal. And so it is an opportunity. When you have an opportunity to put the ball in your hands and make it happen, do you do that? I think today was a day where he helped himself. And you look at this phase, right? So in the very beginning, we've kind of got like a month of uninterrupted, a couple weeks, you know, there's nothing going on, and then there's the Senior Bowl. So really that's the first phase, is getting ready for the Senior Bowl. Then come right back from the Senior Bowl, boom, we got to get ready for the Combine. He tested out of his mind, he spun it great, crushed the interviews. Then the next thing is today, is the Pro Day. I don't think there's an opportunity for guys to move way up on a Pro Day, especially when you just throw. And I don't even think there's a ways for guys to move way down with a bad Pro Day. But what it is it's just a third thing in the process where you can go in and crush it. Have a great day, put your best foot forward, do what you've been working and training to do. And so today, I think he checked that box. A lot of the feedback you're gonna probably hear, and we'll probably hear on social media here whenever I check my phone, is gonna be, wow, his arm might be a little bit, now that I saw him in person, arm's a little bit more a little stronger than we thought, a little bit more velocity than we thought, can throw it a little bit farther than we thought. And so I think that'll kind of be the narrative coming out of this. I think the throw people will be talking about is the last one, you know, roll to your right, set up, and to be honest with you, it's almost like you got to do it at the end of a pro day. Even today I said, all right, we're going to do the run around and throw as far as you can thing. It's not a football play. It doesn't matter. It's not going to help or hurt you. But I think everyone will be talking about that throw in particular, when the reality is a lot of these guys can run around and push the ball down the field. That's not what he's trying to be the #1 quarterback in the world at. It's just a byproduct of him being a great athlete and a great player.
You really, when you look at him on tape, love the way the ball comes out of Desmond Ridder's hand. You think about ball placement and accuracy and being a little streaky, yes. But I'll tell you, when he's rolling out, he made some nice strikes on the money rolling out. On the vertical throws, he showed good touch. He's a dual threat quarterback. He's got phenomenal intangibles, off the charts intangibles. When you look at talent and where he's picked, I think he'll equal the best value of any quarterback in this draft.